In 1960, two contractors from California, Paul Green and William Becker, embarked on a cross-country road trip with their families. Shocked at the limited choices for affordable lodging available to the average traveler, the two decided to offer something different, a motel that provides a clean, comfortable room for the best price. The two started formulating their plans and landed at $6 as the ideal room rate. It was low enough to attract guests and would still cover building costs, janitorial supplies, maid services, and land leases. Their first motel turned on its lights in 1962 in Santa Barbara, California. It was a 52-room motel, offering a good night's sleep for the low price of just $6 per night. Fittingly, they named it Motel 6. Everything guests needed to know about the place, what they were, and how much it cost, was right there in the name. During this time, other chains such as Holiday Inn were creating more luxurious properties. Among this growing trend toward grander motels with higher prices, Green and Becker offered an alternative, a motel without the amenities of other hotels, but one that charged substantially less than its competition. Green and Becker had designed nearly every aspect of their first Motel 6 to reduce costs wherever possible. The Santa Barbara property did not have a dining facility, as did many larger, higher-priced chains. Beds were built flush to the floor to shorten the time required to clean each room. Shower stalls were constructed with rounded edges to eliminate scrubbing in corners. Glasses were replaced with styrofoam cups. Television sets were outfitted with coin boxes that required 25 cents for 6 hours of viewing, and advertising relied heavily on billboard announcements. The need for a budget motel proved to be successful. By 1966, there were 26 motels in operation. During this year, the company had generated more than $4 million in sales and had an 85% occupancy rate, which was well above the national average of 67%. From California, Motel 6 had moved into Utah, Nevada, and Arizona. In the early 1970s, Motel 6 opened its largest location, Motel 6 Tropicana, in Las Vegas. Additionally, the chain moved east and opened a location in Fort Lauderdale in 1972 and had reached 300 locations by 1980. By the 1980s, competition among other budget motels had become intense. In the drive to lure guests into its rooms, Motel 6 was losing ground, and its expansion efforts were losing momentum. Its closest rivals began sprucing up their rooms, making them more hospitable, and consequently robbing Motel 6 of its historically high occupancy rates. Motel 6 was sold to Kohlberg Kravis Roberts in 1985, who moved the chain away from its no-frills approach. They began including telephones and color television as a solution to its declining occupancy rates. Motel 6 may be best known for its series of commercials with national public radio personality Tom Bodett, who closed every ad with the line, "We'll leave the light on for you." The slogan was both an instant and lasting success, staying with the chain for over 30 years and counting. By 1988, Motel 6's occupancy rate had climbed to nearly 73%. They also stepped up their expansion efforts, ranking number 2 behind Days Inn. By 1990, they were in 42 states with over 550 motels. That year, the motel chain also underwent its third change in ownership when Accor purchased Motel 6 from KKR. In 2008, Motel 6 began a system-wide renovation program called the Phoenix Project to update the look and amenities of all of their rooms. Today, Motel 6 is one of the most recognized brands in the United States, with over 800 locations. And although the name's not completely relevant now, back when Motel 6 opened, people went there for their name and their $6 a night hotel room.